Hello, welcome to Flower Juice. My name is John McDonald, and today we're going to make an arrangement using this container. Now, I bought this container about a year ago in a market. I absolutely love it because it's an old vase, but it's kind of a modernist style. And I have some really nice mixed gladioli that I think would be really beautiful. So we're going to use this, but I don't want to just put the gladioli in because they tend to just go straight up and down. So what I'd like to do is attach a container to the actual vase, and we are going to use a little bit of floral foam. Now the first thing I'm going to do is just do a little bit of tape around the actual Oasis. So Oasis is a brand of floral foam. It's probably the most well-known, the most popular version. Commercially, foam is really the go-to for creating designs, but people are really coming away from it. I have really come away from using foam a lot, but for this design, the foam is going to allow us to do what I want to do. So I'm just putting a little bit of this Oasis Fix. So this is Oasis Fix. Basically, it's like a green putty. And we're going to put that onto there. So that holds that there. What I can do is I can actually come under, probably even go round once and come back up. And that is going to make this rock solid. When you're doing mechanics, it's generally better to overdo it than underdo it. When you underdo it, you're asking for trouble, really. We're not really going to see that under there anyway, so it's not a big issue. So, the materials I've got some really nice materials. I've got some euonymus, I've got some interesting flag iris seed heads, I've got some lovely sedum, we've got our beautiful gladioli. And what I loved about these gladioli was that they're really just all multicolours. So that was what I wanted to just use. But also, I want to make use of the actual foliage and just use the gladioli in a different way. So I want to make more of a horizontal design. So I'm just going to have a wee look for our best foliage out of that. And straight away that gives us quite a strong line across our design. Now, the danger with this, it's really nice having, like essentially this is acting as a foot, and that is really nice. The danger with having a small arrangement up top is that you end up losing that foot, or you end up using a lot of material to fill this. So actually you want to use as small a piece as possible, and that's why I thought just a little touch of this sedum would be perfect. And we're going to kind of make it slightly all round. So this is the euonymus, and the euonymus I love. And I think it works really good with this container because of the colours. So, I have some other leaves, but where have I put them? That's a good question. One sec. What we really want to do at this point in time is really just create the framework for our design. I also have a little bit of rosemary that just has a really nice line, but also is bringing in another bit of texture into our design. So we'll bring that out. And of course, it's got a nice smell as well. So as you can see, we've got quite a good line coming out here, but I do have some of these beautiful croton leaves as well. And I think these would be really nice with our kind of rainbow coloured gladioli. So before we go mad with the gladioli, I just want to put these in. And then I know that they're where I want them. The problem is later on, it's harder to add things like that. So you can see they really bring like a bit of a sunburst right into our design, a real splash of colour. And we can start really adding our gladioli now. So I'm just cutting them with a knife on an angle and then just insert them a couple of centimetres is all they need to be. And I really want this to be kind of like a kaleidoscope sort of arrangement. Bringing these colours into like a kind of starburst centre would be really, really good. So what I'm tending to do at the moment is I'm looking for the ones that are still going to come out, that are a little bit, have a little bit of development still to go. You can see I just insert them and in they go. Now with this one here, what I can do is I can split it and create two units with the same flower. And that really allows me to just get a little bit more coverage with the one flower than I would have had if I'd left it a little bit longer. And I can do the same with this one as well. The other thing as well with the gladioli is just make sure that however long you want it to last, that you've not got flowers that are going to pass in that time. You want every flower to be good. And what I'm doing is I'm just actually angling these in so that we're looking into the flower as well. So it's great seeing gladioli now become much more available. And the other thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring a little bit of this, a little bit more foliage to the back. So that we really make this complete. Now, let's just have a little look and see. To finish off, I've really got a few carthamus, and I'm going to bring them in. They're really quite a nice little daisy flower, or like a little thistle-y type flower. And I think this is just going to give us, again, a little change in texture and a little bit of interest and a little bit of colour. So we have our arrangement to this stage here. It's all right, it's nice. So now really it is just about the finish. So as I say, I'm going to put in a few of these pods, and I might put in one or two of these seed heads from the alliums. And again, this is really just to give us some interest to our design. So. You can see those pods just take your eye through a little bit, which makes it more interesting. And by adding these seed heads, we've now given it a little bit of a focal point as well, a bit like a brooch, but also taking your eye in. And I'm going to put this bigger one just to the back, that takes your eye through. And I think this is a little bit of September flower. Just had it in the garden. We're just going to add a little touch of that, just as like a little detail. So it's important with an arrangement like this that you keep it watered. It's because it's in a shallow dish, it doesn't have a huge water source. So you need to just give it a little top up every day just to keep it fresh. But as you can see, we're able to create a design that wouldn't have been possible just without the foam, really. It would have been much more difficult to make a design that would last. But there we go. I'm going to take this one off because this is just not needed. Maybe we can bring them in just a little bit higher. See, I just want to play with this and do, yeah, no, we're gonna just be happy with it like this. So I think this is a great arrangement for really catching people's eye. It's got these really unusual gladioli that are two-tone. They're already interesting, but we've made it into an interesting design. We've gone horizontal rather than vertical. We've used different textures, and we've picked up on this colours to really make something that's a bit of an eye catcher. So I hope you've enjoyed today's video. We've got new videos every week, and we'd love you to join us for our future designs. If you're in the mood to watch another video, then why not watch this video? This uses the same vase, but it was we made it a year ago. It was when I first bought it, and it just shows you a different way of using a vase like this. So you might find that interesting. So thank you for watching. Click to subscribe, press the like button, and we hope to see you soon.